What's good, people? RFGs back at it today, and this is going to be a really short, to the point lecture. A lot of people have been asking me, what is the purpose of the moon? What is the moon's purpose on this earth? How does it affect the people on this earth? And what does it do to help keep everything in order on this planet? Okay, the moon is a very, very significant astrological object. Okay, the moon is very, very important. And as a matter of fact, the moon predates the earth. Okay, the moon basically came here, okay, when this planet was formed after the death and destruction of Tiamat and Maldek. The moon was brought here, okay, to control the ocean tides on the planet, to control the wind currents on the earth, and to control the water molecules, okay, that are in the human body, okay. Also to control the temporal lobe in our brains. Okay, the moon controls all of this. Okay, if you study simple astrology, you would know firsthand that the moon, okay, is responsible for controlling human moods. Okay, the moon controls our moods. Okay, so right here, okay, it says how the moon affects our moods astrologically and scientifically. Okay, because these people know that astrology is tied with real universal science, but they'll never tell you that. They'll always present the astrological information to you like it's tied to mythology. Okay, the government, the education system, the media, they never put a big emphasis on astrology. And that is for a reason. That's why you'll never see astrology being taught in public schools, ladies and gentlemen, because it's actually real science. Okay? That's why they keep it out of public schools. Okay, so like I was saying, the moon is directly linked with the wind currents and the ocean currents that are blowing from the east to the west on this earth. The moon also does technically the same thing to the humans on the planet, because what are we? What are we as humans? Okay, what are we as humans? We are 75% water. We are 75% water. So while the moon is dictating the ocean tides and the wind currents, okay, the wind is nothing but a incomplete form of water. Let me repeat. The wind on the earth is nothing but a incomplete form of water. Okay? The water is oxygen and hydrogen. So the air, okay, is just oxygen. Okay? And another gas, but the oxygen that's used to create the water, okay, it consists of much more different molecules, okay, to form that. So like I said, oxygen is of course a incomplete form of water because the oxygen is a lot thinner, and it rises above the ocean because it's thinner, it's lighter, and it consists of less molecules. So it's an incomplete structure of the water. So with that being said, all humans on the planet, we are 75% water, which means that while the moon is pushing the wind currents and the ocean tides east to west, okay, the moon is doing the same thing to the molecules inside of our body. Okay, this is done through ionization. Okay, the moon basically projects charged particles into our atmosphere. Okay, kind of similar to the sun, but not as potent. Okay. So these charged particles, let's see if I can get the picture here. Yeah, these charged particles right here shows cosmic ray particle shower. Okay. So the moon emits these charged ions that basically go directly into our ionosphere. From the ionosphere, these charged particles fall on all the living beings on this earth. Okay? So we get the moon's charged particles being shot in the atmosphere. We are literally hit by those every day, people. Every single day of the year. That's why every single day of the year, okay, we are going to experience different moods every single day of the year. Because just like the moon changes phases, okay, the moon changes phases every day, okay, so do our moods. Okay, the moon affects our moods, and it does that by sending charged particles into the atmosphere, which fall onto our bodies, and it affects our temporal lobe in our brain. Okay? It's not a game. It's not a joke. As above, so below. What goes on in the cosmos, astrologically, affects what goes on this earth, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, how has the moon affected us in the past? The moon's phases, okay, have basically changed outcomes of certain situations on this planet. It has basically dictated the conscious state of humanity on this planet. One instance, of course, was 1492. This blood moon tetrad of 1492, okay, lasted all the way to 1494. And the moon's energy, the ions being emitted back then in 1492, affected humanity in such a way where the individuals who were supposed to be keepers of this planet, keepers of this earth, they didn't abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at. They didn't coincide with nature. They didn't abide by the laws of nature. So this blood moon tetrad, okay, basically caused the Moors to go back to something known as werewolf consciousness. Okay? Werewolf consciousness. Okay? Werewolf theology. Do I mean they actually turned into werewolves? No. No, I do not. The werewolf is a metaphor. It is a metaphor because it represents the people who are not on track with nature. It represents the people who do not abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at. And the people who don't abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at, they fall into beast-like consciousness. They fall back into beast state, beast mentality, okay? Beast, animal-like instincts, animal-like mentality. Okay, people like this who don't abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at during blood moon tetrads, okay, they turn into lunatics. They turn into lunatics. When you get off track with nature, okay, the beast energy, it's gonna turn you into a beast. This society ran by Zionist Jews, it's going to turn you into a beast. Okay? And the blood moons are basically the universe's signs, okay, to get back on track with nature and to abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at. If you do not do this, Luna is going to turn you into a lunatic. The original name for the moon, or the Italian name for the moon, is Luna. Okay? And if you're not on track with nature, okay, Luna is going to turn you into a lunatic. Okay? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And the best way to gear up your immune system, okay, so these charged particles from the moon cannot affect you, okay, the best way best way to shield yourselves from these negative ions being emitted is something known as nano silver. It's something known as nano silver. It's liquidized. It's silver in its liquid form. It's liquidized silver. Okay, and what it does is it boosts your immune system, and it boosts your aura. Okay, it gives you an electromagnetic boost, and it gives you a boost with your bodily fluids and your whole entire immune system in your body. Silver has microorganisms that you can find on the moon. Okay, it has microorganisms in certain chemical compounds that shield your immune system and your aura. Okay, if we go back to astrology, okay, the ancestors even knew that the metal silver originates from the moon. Okay, right here, metal silver originates from the moon. So how do you shield yourself from the charged particles that come from the moon? Okay, how do you stop yourself from being a victim of the goddamn werewolf beast mentality when the blood moons hit? How do you shield yourself from the blood moons? Because you don't want to go back into beast-like consciousness. Well, to kill the goddamn werewolf, it takes the silver bullet. It takes the silver bullet. So to shield yourself from the charged ions coming from the blood moon, you need to take nano silver, liquidized silver, liquid silver. Okay, the silver bullet kills the werewolf. So the liquidized silver is going to shield your aura and shield your immune system in your blood from the ions being emitted, okay, by the moon. Okay, I know this may go over some people's heads, but this is very, very, very deep information. Okay, our creators created us on the Mars and the moon. Okay, like I said before in the last lecture, Genesis means the genes of Isis. So human genetics go back to Isis, the mother moon goddess, where genetic splicing was taking place on the moon. So when we were being genetically spliced and created on the moon, our creators basically said, okay, we are going to create these beings to be one with the earth. The earth is 75% water. So we're going to make these humans 75% water, just like the earth that they inhabit, just like the earth that they are supposed to protect, just like the earth that they are supposed to be guardians of. They're going to be 75% water. So just like how the moon controls the ocean tides, the moon is also going to manipulate the water structure, okay, inside the human body. Okay? We are the earth. We are the DNA strands of the earth. Okay? So as the earth goes, we go. Okay? So just like I said, the moon, our creators created us on the moon, okay, for us to have 75% water, a 75% water makeup, just like this earth that we live on. So the moon controls the ocean tides. The moon also manipulates the water structure in our body makeup. Okay? That's why the moon controls our moods. Okay? It also sends those charged particles to the temporal lobe inside of our brain. The temporal lobe inside of our brain dictates and controls our emotions. Okay? Not a game, people. It's not a game whatsoever. So that's really all I had to say to cover this topic. My next topic is going to be decoding the history, the true history of the samurai in Japan, the samurai warriors, the samurai lifestyle and theology. Okay, I'm going to be decoding that information. So just stay tuned. Okay. The moon is the second most significant astrological object that affects the earth. Okay. If your body is on track with nature and you're abiding by the 42 laws of Ma'at, the blood moon is not going to affect you. Okay. The blood moon will actually give that person something known as Christ consciousness. Something known as Christ consciousness. And Christ consciousness is the 13-pointed star. Is the 13-pointed star because it basically signifies that your 13th chakra is fully activated. Okay, we have 13 chakras, and that basically signifies Christ consciousness when your 13th chakra is activated. That's why the symbol that symbolizes Christ consciousness is a 13-pointed star. Okay, going back to that number 13 again, 13 joints in our body. Okay, 13 originally 13 zodiac signs, originally 13 months in a year, originally 13 continents on the planet, 13 chakras to the body. Women experience 13 menstrual cycles a year, and the moon orbits the earth at a 13-degree angle, man. Okay, so I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. 13 wisdom. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. It's the chosen one, man. I'm out.